Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for quarter 3 of 2023. This is for July through September, and we are just going to see what is coming in for you. I'm actually going to pull 3 cards here because these monthly cards I always clarify. You have this February card, you have this leg card that says stepping into a new experience, and you have this quill card that says getting back to basics. So, well, right away, you definitely, Pisces right here. So do I need to say it? Probably not. You could be attracting a Pisces if you're looking for love who was born in February. But what I would say here is that I do feel also new experiences are going to be very, very beneficial for you. And I would stick to the basics. You have that card that says get back to basics, but, there is like an overly complicated energy, I would say in the astrology that I think is making, what I feel like it is I feel like it's the universe is kind of pointing out, is making us feel inadequate or something. It's like, there's really a lot of that imposter syndrome type energy going on right now. So you might be setting out to do something in your life like that will change your life, but you might be overcomplicating it, or you might be thinking that you need more, way more detail than you actually do. What's popping into my head is like years ago, I was working with 2 people who were creating basically training courses for coaches, and they both were creating basically the same thing. One was super simple, and her course was like ridiculously successful. The other person just like kept trying to add stuff and complicate things, and their course was not very successful. So, and again, I'm not saying you're doing a course or anything like that, but it is popping into my head, that story. So, it's like if you're doing anything, I would like keep it simple, straightforward, to the point. And, it's like sometimes if you try to overdo something, people start to get suspicious because they're like, why, is it not good enough? Does it need to be this complicated because it's not good enough? And again, this could be in love. Like, I think sometimes when people, if they love you too hard right away, then you're like, why does this person like me? Why are they trying so hard, right? And, it's like, not that, I think it's not that we don't want people who try, but it's just like, I think we might think like, oh, this person has no options. They only, they are too afraid to lose me or something like that. So again, I feel this for you, Aries. It's like whatever you're trying to do, it's kind of like weird. It's like a paradox, It's like the less you try, and I'm not suggesting you don't try or put in effort or anything like that, but it's like the less you try to like force things to work, the more things are going to work. I don't know. That's like what's popping into my head here. And again, if you're launching a course, if you're doing something like starting a business or whatever, I would like stick to the basics. It's literally popping to my head is very important. I also feel there are definitely new experiences coming in for you here, Aries, because, I always say on the King of Cups that he has this boat right here. That boat represents a time where our ancestors would get on boats and they wouldn't know where they were going. They would just get on a boat and they would just like hope that they ran into land. They were crossing their fingers, right? So, it kind of can, on the King of Cups, it can represent a new experience, a new opportunity, or going somewhere new, doing something new. You have the Strength card here. Again, I feel like you need to realize like how strong you are. I also I really just get determination here, Aries. Like I feel like you're very determined to accomplish something in your life right now. We go from the 3 of Swords down to the 9 of Cups to the Star. And the Star is, we are in the time of the star. Pluto's going to move back into Aquarius at towards the end of the year, really next year. And, and you have the Sun as well, which is like both those cards together. It's like fame and fortune. It doesn't mean you're going to become famous, but it does mean that there could be a really great opportunity for you to stand out in work, in business, or something that you're doing. So I would try to stand out as much as possible, but I also feel like you are determined to do something. So I really like this type of energy here. You have the Lovers, definitely could be love, although I don't think it's a major focus showing up here for you. It's like here, it's like if it happens, it happens. You do have this Heart card, which says love, new love on it. Could also be a fire sign that you are attracting here, Aries. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. What I would say is that, I feel like this is a new path. The Lovers traditionally was a card of the crossroads. It was traditionally a card of having a choice to make. And, I feel like this whole entire reading is clearly encouraging you to go in this direction, but also this direction here. If you notice, there's a card that sucks in between each one. 7 of Swords and then 5 of Pentacles right here, right? So I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like popping into my head that there might be something you need to overcome. There might be, you might have to try to do things in a different way. The Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. Almost every single sign has had the Seven of Swords, I've noticed as well. I've said to other people that I believe we're in a time of third place solutions, which a third place solution is like something that doesn't exist or something that you've never thought of before. And again, I think that, mark my words, come back to this reading in 20 years when we're at the end of Pluto and Aquarius. I guarantee you that we will see a ton of third place solutions in the world where it's like, everybody fights over things like this or that. I always use the example of cars. It's everybody's like electric cars or gas cars. It's like both sides fight, right? But what if there's something better? What if there's a better way, instead of having cars or something else, right? It's like, those are the things. I don't even know because I don't know, somebody's going to invent it over the next 20 years, I'm sure, but it's like, again, those are the types of things. But in your personal life, it's like if you have a business, it's like, are there simpler, better ways of doing things? We have a bunch of AI tools nowadays, regardless of how you feel about it, right? I actually don't like it personally, but I use a lot of AI tools because, there's like a lot of benefits to using them, and it helps, move things along faster and all this other stuff. So it's like you can either, if you can't beat them, join them, right? So I'm not saying I'm going to become a robot because I'm definitely not. I actually am. It is my duty to take down Mark Zuckerberg, right? So, that's what I'll say there. But still, it's like if you're not using it, then you could be losing it. You have this, with the King of Cups, you have this inheritance card. I'm wondering if it's a Scorpio that's coming in for you as well. Or, it could be any sign. Take it how it resonates. Doesn't matter. It could be an Aquarius, Pisces, Scorpio stands out to me. Gemini, Leo, Aquarius, if I didn't say that already, I think I did. So, those are the signs that stand out to me. But it's almost like you're inheriting a person. It's like you could be getting a person who, was with someone else. And, like, I feel like they're, whoever's coming in for you, really good person. But it's like maybe their past person screwed up. So it's like you're getting something, I feel like it's almost like you're inheriting a relationship. I know that sounds weird, but I feel like this is a good thing. With the Strength card here, you have the Versatility card. I mean, literally every single person I've read for, there's a million cards in here. Adaptability, flexibility, versatility. There are others in this deck. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun as well, if I didn't say that. But pretty much every single sign has had at least one of those cards. And again, it's because of the third place solution thing that I was babbling on about. It's like if you don't come up with third place solutions, you're stuck. And again, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Your ideas don't even have to be good. You know what I've found throughout life is like most of my good ideas don't do a damn thing. It's like always the things that I don't think are gonna work, the things that I don't think are amazing that work really, really well. So don't discount what you think is a bad idea. It might be a really good idea. With the Lovers, you have this Innovation card, another one. Right, innovation is kind of like a third place solution type of card. Aquarius energy. So I would be looking at coming up with new ways of doing things, different ways of, starting a business, starting a relationship, like whatever it is you're doing. But definitely a very innovative time. And I feel like it's an innovative time for you as well with the Star. So that's what I'd be focusing on here. Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this Frog Spirit, says clear out the clutter. You have this Vulture, it says nothing is wasted. So again, another card of not working too hard. Vultures, if you see them flying around, they don't really flap their wings. Like part of the vulture medicine is that they soar around and they are masters of conservation of energy. So it's like they don't waste their time, effort, or energy on anything until they see an opportunity. Then they start flapping their wings to get their food or whatever, right? So, I feel that for you here. Frogs are symbols of transformation and metamorphosis, of course. They go from a tadpole to a frog, but they're also abundance. So I kind of feel like it's about to start raining. When you think about it, frogs kind of come out during the rain. And I'm getting something here about making it rain here, Aries. So some of you, it's like, I don't know what you're doing, but I feel like you could be making it rain soon. You have the Three of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. Yikes is what I would say about this row. We're going to clarify it, obviously, but I'm wondering if someone lied, cheated, or stole from you here, clearly, with that Seven of Swords. Five of Pentacles, someone left you out in the cold. Some of you could just be feeling out in the cold here, and it doesn't even have to be in love. Like maybe you feel like the universe isn't supporting you. Maybe you feel like you put in a bunch of work into things and it doesn't work out. I'm not going to sugarcoat this row here. But again, I feel like it's like you're doing the wrong things, and I'm not calling you out here. I mean, like, again, like I said, it's like you could be overcomplicating things and making things more simple could be a really good idea. I'll tell you, like, I was running, like years ago, I was running a guy's marketing campaign. I come from the world of marketing. And he made some changes without me knowing, and he totally messed up his webpage, right? And there were like spelling mistakes and like all these issues on his site. It actually, his website started converting like significantly better with the mistakes on the page. So it's like sometimes I think we can be too perfect. Sometimes I think we can make something look so clean and shiny that people are like, oh, there's something wrong here. It's too perfect. And it's almost like, so again, this guy had a bunch of spelling mistakes. There were some other errors on the page that made it look weird and everything. So it's almost like it made it seem more real, like it was a person, which it was, because of the mistakes. And it's popping, again, these stories are popping into my head for you. So again, for some of you, this could be in business. It's like maybe something's too perfect. Maybe something is just too, looks too good, and so don't be afraid to make something, ugly or what you think is ugly, right? Definitely popping into my head, but I also feel like keeping things simple would be a good idea. You have the Seven of Swords. Again, Seven of Swords card of tactics. He's stealing those swords from an army in the background. It's also, what's popping into my head here is about asking for help. He can only carry 5 of those swords. He's got those 2 swords behind him. So it's like he doesn't have to do things on his own. He could get help from another person. You have the Three of Swords, and what do you know? It's raining on the Three of Swords. And just like I was saying, like making it rain, or you could be making it rain or something like that here, Aries. It is funny. Sometimes I think when we, I've heard from a bunch of people over the years, I've said this before, that, sometimes like people will go through a breakup, for example, and their money will improve. It's just something, people have told me on this channel multiple times. I'm like, yeah, why do you think that is? You're so focused on the pain of the breakup that you're not worrying about money. You're not creating a bunch of money blocks and things like that. So some of you, it's like you could be noticing that like sometimes you have to remove your attention from something to get it to improve. And I feel that with that Three of Swords. So let's see what's going on here. With the Three of Swords, you have this risk card. I feel like someone took a bad risk, though, is what I would say. I feel like it's going to be good for you because you have the Nine of Cups and the Star. But, it's like if this was a person you were dating and they left you, it's like they took a risk and, I feel like it didn't work out very well for them. There's also what I want to show you is there are these like 3, it almost looks like 3 pentacles above my finger there on this tree. So I feel for a lot of you that, again, teamwork could be very important for you in like work, business, also love, but, in any area of your life, really. With the Seven of Swords, you have this, you have this card that I dropped that's called Control. So I feel for a lot of you, this is a good card. Reminds me of the World card. It is Jupiter and Capricorn. The World card is, Capricorn. But what I would say here is that, I feel like you're taking control of your reality at this time, and this is going to lead to a lot more success. And I feel like there are achievements coming in for you as well. And with the Five of Pentacles, you have this discrimination card. This is like discernment. It's like being able to tell what's good, what's bad. So, it's not like discrimination like we think about it, like racism or something. This is like you being able to tell like what is good, what is bad in life. And, I feel like that's, if you went through a challenging or negative love situation recently, or if this could have been like a job loss as well, Aries, I feel like that, like the lesson or, what you were supposed to get out of it is that now you can tell the difference between like what you want and what you don't want. So, make sure to pay attention to that. Next you have this new love card and this heart card, and you have this triangle. It says choices and decision on it. I feel like this is showing up in the area of the unexpected again. You could have been dealing with a very indecisive energy in love, but, I feel like there will be an obvious choice coming in for you in love. You have the Sun and the Star. It's like literally fame and fortune, but the Sun and the Star are cards of enlightenment. They can shine a light on something that we're supposed to pay attention to. So, if you have a person who enters into your life, I'm not sure how this person will enter into your life yet. You have the Nine of Cups, which could be like socializing, going out, meeting people, things like that. But what I would say here is I feel like your attention will be very much clearly drawn to this person. So, I would go for it with this energy. You have the Sun, the Nine of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. So 2 things here. Number 1, the Sun can represent happiness, joy, good things coming in for you. It kind of makes the whole entire reading a little bit more positive. But also with the Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, is what you've been doing and working on up until this point, is it worth it? Or is there something else that you could be doing with your life? But on top of that, you can see that it kind of looks like a plant that's growing, those 7 pentacles. And what do plants need? They need the sun. So I feel like you could be growing something new. in your life. He's looking at those 7 pentacles and he's thinking like, I wonder if I should, take my experience and grow something else. And that's what I feel like you're doing here. You could be growing something new. And I feel like it'll lead to wish fulfillment, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if this is a business, a career, a relationship, whatever it is. I feel it's going to lead to a lot of fulfillment, happiness, joy. You have the Sun, best card in the deck. So love that. Also, if you're trying to get attention, by the way, you have this friendship card. Definitely, I feel I was getting something about socializing. So I feel like it could be. I don't take pop outs, but it is interesting. I was kind of feeling that this is like a friend, that you will be attracting, or you could meet them through friends or something like that, right? So we said that already, but anyway, let's go. Let's see. With the Sun, you have the originality card. Another Aquarius card. Definitely could be an Aquarius that you are attracting into your life. Take it how it resonates. It could be any sign, but they might have Aquarius in their chart or something. I feel like they're very original, unique, probably very different. That's probably why you're attracted to them. It's like, I don't know if you've noticed, but like everybody is the same right now as far as dating is concerned. It's like, it's funny to me that, because I've been working on my TikTok for this channel and all this other stuff. I get recommended all these like relationship videos I don't even care about. But it's funny to me how it's like there are man podcasts, women podcasts, right? That bitch about each other, men, women, and it's like they're both the same. They're both exactly the same. They both say the same things about the other side, and I'm like, it's exactly the same. The maybe some of the complaints might seem different, but they're really exactly the same. So, it's kind of boring, I think, dating nowadays. And, I feel like it's very predictable. But, again, you could just be, bringing someone different coming in who is much different. And that's what stands out to you. With the 9 of Cups, you have this authority card. I feel like, I'm telling you right now, Aries, if you are trying to like become an authority with your original idea, Sun, Star, if you're working on like a website, building a podcast, starting a YouTube channel, something like that, I'm telling you right now, there is a ton of attention coming in for you. It is a time of attention because Pluto's going to Aquarius next year for 20 years. So anything you can do to get attention is a good idea. I beg people to take advantage of this time, right? It's like 20 years might sound like a long time, but it's not. And you need to take advantage of it now. Like, don't wait. With the 7 of Pentacles, you have this achievement card. 2 Capricorn cards. Could be a Capricorn that you're attracting into your life as well. But really, I feel like there are just a ton of achievements, especially, again, for those of you that are trying to become an authority, like now is the time. And same thing, like even if you have a career, I feel like people don't understand, like in a career, you can become an authority in your career. I encourage people to start YouTube channels about their career, like whatever it is you do. Like if you love your career, you love what you do, start offering tips and ideas about it. It's like, imagine you go to a job interview, or imagine you get fired, God forbid, right? And then you go to a job interview and you're like, I'm an expert at this job, right? What do you think is going to happen? You're going to get hired. So it's like, I think that, people don't understand the opportunity that exists with social media for free. To me, it blows my mind that this is free, right? To be able to post videos and all this other stuff. So again, there are a lot of benefits in doing that and becoming an authority. Some of you might be like starting a blog or something like that. If you're thinking about doing anything like around a topic to become an authority, I'm telling you right now, I would do it. At the end here for the good stuff, doesn't matter what shows up here, it's going to be good no matter what. Yeah, I love this. This is my favorite card in this deck, the Serendipity card. You have this exchanging gifts card as well. So, the Serendipity card is like things falling into place. Feeling like there are a lot of synchronicities and luck happening for you at this time. So it seems like a very lucky time for you. With the exchanging gifts card, I feel like this gift could be a person. You have the 4 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the Star. The funny thing is, again, this is the good stuff, so it's going to be good no matter what. But I do feel like someone could be a little skeptical here. So, I don't think this person's going to make you pass tests or anything like that. But just know, like, if you're attracting a person, you might feel like you're putting in some extra effort here. I don't even think it's extra effort. Like, again, I think you're going to be attracted to this person, but they might just not open up right away. You might find that they become warmer over a period of time. I don't know. It's just popping into my head. So, something to think about. They might kind of just be a little uncertain at first. I don't think it's like a bad thing. It's almost not even worth mentioning, but it's just something to pay attention to. You might be, I think communicating with this person would be a good idea. Like if you notice that they're not talking or, I don't know. I don't have any good examples here, Aries, but whatever. It's like, I would just like talk and be like, why are you being standoffish? Or, I would call it out because I feel like it'll kind of pull the, if it's this type of person that's coming in for you, I feel like it'll kind of pull them, break them out of their shell. I think it'll open them up and they'll probably be like, oh yeah, I don't need to be all closed off or something like that. But I also feel like you're getting something you want. You see that cup, he manifested these cups, and that cup that's coming out is like maybe something he wants. So you could be, I feel like your powers of manifestation are on point at this time. You have this Nine of Swords, so it's like you're ending a negative cycle. Nine of Swords is round and round, but again, coming up in the area of the good stuff, this would be you ending a round and round situation. So I feel like you're kind of getting off the hamster wheel here. And you have the Star, wish fulfillment. I feel like some sort of wish fulfillment here, and again, a ton of attention. You are definitely one of the signs that I would say will benefit the most from getting positive attention, sharing your ideas with the world, and keep it simple. It's like, I don't think some of you, like in work or business, like what I've been trying to get at here is like, I think what you think you have to offer to the world has to be like up here, something totally amazing. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but I actually think it's much less. It's like the qualification is much lower than you think. So like, don't overcomplicate things. Like I said, sometimes it's like some of the simplest stuff that I share. Sometimes, like I said, it's like the stuff that everybody's like, oh my God, that's amazing. So it's like, you never know how something that's simple for you might be, very important to someone else. So, definitely something to think about. Let's see. With the Four of Cups, you have this Fortune card. Definitely great fortunes coming in for you. Could be a Leo, or there could be a person who has Leo in their chart coming in for you here, or something like that. Could also be their hair is popping into my head. Maybe they're not like me, right? They probably have beautiful long hair, something like that. I don't know. With the Nine of Swords, you have this enthusiasm card. Definitely a very happy time for you. I mean, so many happy, like joyful cards popping up here. I'm a big fan of following your enthusiasm at this time as well. It's like the only thing I think that we can really trust. Like if we're enthusiastic about something, like starting a business, and then here's the thing though, you have that leg card. So it's like I would take a step. If there's progress, then I would take more steps. I've been getting a lot of comments recently from people who are like, I'm afraid to, take these steps because I don't want to, lose all my money, or I don't want to get hurt again or whatever. And I totally understand. But I think that really what we should be doing is taking small steps. So you're not taking some huge, crazy, wild risk. You're just taking a tiny one. And if it works, keep going. If it doesn't, try something else. That's like the time we're in. With the Star, you have this negotiation card here. I feel like you're getting something you've been asking for. This is Jupiter and Libra, this card, and you have the Sun, and you could see that there's like the Sun over here. It's almost like, I don't think you've negotiated with the universe, but I do feel like the universe is balancing things out and bringing you, it's like the universe is blessing you with something that you've wanted, or something like that is what's popping into my head. Really good reading here, Aries. Let's see. I'm going to pull 5 main themes now. You have, everybo's had this card. I can't show you this card. It says despair on it, and he's doing something, with something up to his head. Let's put it that way. I would be careful of past people at this time. I would also be careful of extreme thinking at this time as well. You have this young woman card. You could be the young woman. You could be attracting a young woman, take it how it resonates, but, there could be an age difference in, like, a person that's coming in for you here, so I definitely feel that. Next, you have this malady card. I would be careful. I would make sure to watch your health, for sure. You have the 3 swords here. Every single reading I've done there's like a doctor card in here. There's like health cards in some of these other decks. Everybody's had like one of them. So again, I would watch your health. I would take care of yourself. I am not a doctor. I have no clue what I'm talking about. So, make sure that you do find someone who does know what they're talking about. I'm also getting here, like, I would be careful if you have a person in your life who is in despair and whose health seems affected. It's like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't take care of this person or help them or anything like that, but I would just make sure that you don't have a person who's dragging you down, right? Next, you have this messenger card. I feel like there's definitely good news coming in for you. It could be communication and love as well. And finally, you have this thief card. A lot of people have had this card as well. I would just be careful of toxic people in general. Can we clarify that? Yeah, you have this money card. I would definitely watch your money with that thief and money card. It's like, literally, there's like this safe here in the window. It's like the same scene on this card. I'll show you. It's like the same scene. See that? So I don't necessarily, like some of you, again, I wouldn't take any risks of, I do feel like, like I would say to people, like, don't leave your laptop on your back seat, for example, and park your car somewhere, right? Don't make things obvious is what I would say. But I also lock your doors, not trying to scare anyone, but it is showing up here. So just something I would, think about. But other than that, this looks really good. So love it. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. And definitely enjoy your quarter.